as I confirm that. All right, thank you. So I want you to warmly welcome Kelvin Matiko from Kisii County, who is going to pitch a project on digital transformation, e-autocare support. So Kevin Matiko, karibu sana. Let's clap for Kevin.
So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to e-autocare support, the future of roadside assistance. Kenya's rising vehicle ownership and road use makes a dependable roadside assistance platform a necessity, which seems to be our major problem since we don't have any reliable one. And secondly, we also lack a centralized database of registered mechanics who are readily available to perform these services, leading us to the third issue of delayed and inefficient roadside assistance services, which is also leaving drivers and motorists in the unknown areas or by the road for hours with little to no help, leading to their security concern as another issue. Now, other issues that might be vehicle or motorcycle related include brake system failure, which is a really bad one, battery jump start, flat tire, fuel delivery in case you are out of fuel, lockout assistant, among other problems that might be vehicle or motorcycle related. Now, e-autocare support is dedicated to solving this national crisis by implementing the following. First, we are developing a user-friendly website that is user-friendly system that is both web and application-based to enable drivers and motorcycle riders to be able to request for a service by just a button click. Secondly, we are going to, e-autocare support is going to also create a centralized database of registered mechanics who are certified by NTSA to conduct roadside assistance services, and will also ensure that they are evenly distributed nationwide for easy distribution of our services. Thirdly, we are integrating GPS technology into the system to enable us pinpoint the precise driver's location so as to send him or her the nearest mechanic to his proximity. Now, this one will also come with a feature of telling you how far the mechanic is and also at what time does it take the mechanic to reach you. Now that one will reduce your stress level. And third, we're also going to integrate AI feature into the system that will enable drivers and motorists troubleshoot minor issues without getting mechanics involved. So this one will save you cash. We'll also offer 24/7 support to our clients, and other solutions might be mechanic related like diagnostics, flat tire replacement, and others. Now, automotive industry is a trending market, as you can see, the numbers don't lie. This is a table of newly registered vehicle from 2019 to 2023. The vehicles range from saloon cars, station wagons, lorries and trucks, buses and coaches, motorcycles, among others. Now, within this span of 5 years, we've managed to register 1.5 million newly registered vehicles. And in our next slide, sorry, this one was not updated. But in the next slide that I had sent an updated version of these, we had data of both newly and used vehicle registration. But taking 2019, for instance, we had 3.6 million registered vehicles, both new and used. This is data from Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, KNBS. You can confirm this, it is very valid. And now, as far as our market is concerned, these are our target customers, private vehicle owners like a couple of you guys, and commercial transport and travel operators. The transport are like a G4S. For travel, we can take Ena Coach, for instance. Other customers are like insurance company who like to leverage on our system to offer services to their clients. And we'll also have car rental agencies, those who hire cars. We'll also have tourists and travelers who are using the system. And mechanics are also our target customer because they are the people will be registering into the system. So maintenance, subscription fee to ensure that they are maintained within the system for a given period. Now, as far as our progress is concerned, these are the milestones that we've reached. From the idea stage, we done some research to see the viability of the system, and it has proven good that it is viable. So we went up to developing a prototype which is functional, and we've obtained a copyright to protect it. So we've also done the testing of this prototype, and which it is really working. I'll be happy to share with you that maybe in other sessions. We also have two things ongoing. We have ongoing research to see maybe the areas that we have not covered quite well. And we also have ongoing team assembly, since currently we have a team of 4 members only. So we miss like logistic, legal staffs, and others. Now, into the business model, eAutoCare will be operating in 2 business models. End user lease agreement. This is like where you rent something. You rent the system to provide services to your clients as if the system were yours. The next is licensing. Now, others may want to buy partially to use it legitimately, so we'll license that. And other things that will be generating as income are the mechanics registration fee, premium features like the AI I talked about, and ad monetization, relevant ads that is, like for the cars and fuels. Now, with the help of these 4 team members, we've been able to be this far. Far left is our head of research, Otuke David Michira. Next to him is Agua Brian Omondi, our head of finance. And the lady next to him is our IT support, Okia Lavin Akinyi. And finally, I'm the founder, Kelvin Masiaga Matiko. Now, these are the few things that I'm asking to ensure that we have our best foot in the market. I like to ask for partnership, maybe with the relevant people, like the dealership industry, and maybe garages, which are big garages, which have a lot of mechanics in them. We also need a mentorship so that at least we navigate the market quite well. And finally, we need funding to ensure that both our website and application are fully functional. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Kelvin. That's a good presentation. Just, I was wondering, what is the real problem that you're trying to solve?
Okay, as far as my research has gone, I've noticed that we don't have a reliable roadside assistance services. Like for instance, maybe you are traveling maybe to a rural area, in between you experience a vehicle breakdown. It's hard to reach a mechanic who will like literally help you to get back on track.
So how many occurrences have we registered? Probably the last 1 month.
Okay, so as per the registration, right now I've registered people who are not certified by the NTSA because I need them to be certified first to conduct these services.
Sorry to cut you short. I'm just looking at understanding the problem much better. How many have actually registered sort of a car breakdown while they were traveling?
Okay, so the system is working in this way. Drivers are not required to register. They're just using the system to request for a service. So in the system, we'll be getting drivers' request. But the people who really need to register in this system are mechanics, so that we have a database of mechanics to distribute them to our clients who need these services.
So is there a specific case
Yes.
that you can use to back up your sort of argument of, let's say, vehicle breaking down on transit, or do you have any specific numbers of how many vehicles actually do that in a week? That, because basically what you're saying, that is what that is what is causing you to start this, right?
Yeah.
Do you have that?
Okay, I don't have valid data for the nationwide, but in my area, while I was coming up with this idea, we were once traveling with my father to show me a piece of land that he had bought. Then we experienced a breakdown, and it was hard for us to get a mechanic because we were like in Sirare, and the nearest mechanic who he knows was in Migori. So we had to wait. That is a long distance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi.
Yes, hi.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi.
So, just trying to understand your depth of understanding what you're solving. How many people who have experienced road car breakdown did you speak to before you developed your solution?
Okay, from the county which I'm from, Kisii,
Yes.
I had experienced 5. I've spoken to 5, which it just happened that some I met on the road while still wondering on how they can get help.
Okay.
And some were just the institution vehicles, which were maybe we are going for a trip and I see them parked somewhere, they're having flat tire issues, or maybe the battery, the engine has overheated, so they have to stay cool for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
so
what
just 5.
common theme part of the conversation that came out of the 5?
Okay, the common thing that came out is that from my competitors, I saw 2 are actually serious a little, but they are restricted. They are geographical.
No, sorry, let me cut you. Not from what you have seen in the market, from the people you spoke to, the 5 you have said.
Okay. The common thing is frustration because they don't know how long it will take for them to get a help, and even they don't have the idea if that help is readily available for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason I'm asking that
Yes.
is because what you're building have to be centered around the need you established from the people you spoke to. Frustration is an emotion,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So then what you found have to be something that can be solved. I know frustration is as a result, right?
Yeah.
So then I was expecting to hear, and I know you mentioned here and there, the battery broke down, the car had this, the car not this, there was no mechanic around and all that. Because then that understanding of the problem
Yeah.
result into the solution.
Yeah.
That said, I have seen there is the
E-auto
care
support. Yeah.
app. Is that yours?
E-auto care app is not mine. Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't have the app yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've also seen care social media handles.
No, I think the naming are kind of the same, but ours is e-auto care support. There's support at the
Okay.
end of the nini. So we don't have a website hosted yet, but it is locally hosted within my PC. So we've not gone far to hosting it so that maybe people can access it online.
Okay.
Because we don't have the mechanics already who are certified by NTSA to
Okay.
conduct these services.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is the advice I'm giving to everyone else. Of course, any solution you build, you're not the first one to build. There will be other people who are in the market.
Yeah.
But when you're communicating, and this goes to all the innovators who will be pitching and those who have pitched before, please differentiate yourself with anyone else who seem to have same name as you, same thing as you. Differentiate yourself, because at least we will assume that you had done a little bit of research online to see who else exists. And these it's something that have come out today a lot. So many businesses that have the same name, same everything that exist online, and it's not you. I'm not saying that's you. I'm giving advice to everybody else so that those who come on stage going forward understand who else exists with your name, with your application, with something similar to yours. Please let us know how different you are and let us know you know they exist and you're not them. Because then for us, we start thinking, are you copying? What is going on? And that is not standing out well. And I'm not saying that's you. I'm speaking to everybody else. I think I wanted to put that across because it have come up a lot today. That said, do you know, you keep on saying other competitors. Who else do you know exist in the market in this space?
There's Infama
In Kenya.
Limited. Infama.
Infama, who else?
Yes, there's a Kevtech.
Who else?
And there is a GWC Wagon.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is also a startup, a business that has been there for 3 years called Okoa Rescue. I know them because I know they were fundraising from one of the angel networks in Kenya called Naiban. And I know they fundraise a successful round. They are doing something similar than like you're doing. The reason I'm saying that is so that you see what have they done right, what are you going to do differently, what can you amplify as you continue to do this. So that will be my remarks. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Yes, Sam.
Yeah, so mine is just something you can consider. I think it's a key problem in the space. So one of the things you should consider is having mechanics zero in based on the brand of the car. Mechanics are specialized. Utapata kuna mechanic wa tuk-tuk, wa Subaru, so they're very particular. So the other thing is, you know the story you told about you and your dad going to the shamba? That's a very compelling story. So it's a better way of presenting that because, you know, we can relate, everyone relates to stories. And then, so the other thing is on looking for what you call auxiliary services. Sometimes when a car breaks down, somewhere in the middle of a forest, what you need is not a mechanic. You need a policeman first, or Kenha, to be
Yeah.
with you. So I think it's a good idea, but it depends on how you execute. The other thing is what you are having here is what we call a two-faced marketplace. You have on one side, you have the users. On the other hand, you have the mechanics. And you have to balance the two. Users come if they are mechanics. Mechanics come when you have
Yes.
users. So initially, by you charging the mechanics, you create a friction, right? Which means there might be fewer, which might result to fewer users. So one way to think about it is on the point of start, just have mechanics come on board, but make sure they are verified, not just any mechanic. And then that way you sell trust. And the last thing is, other than getting mechanics on the roadside, the other big issue is what we call asymmetry of information. Mechanics know more than you when it comes to the car, so they usually take advantage of fixing. Inaweza kuwa hata ni exhaust iko na shida, but watakwambia ni the whole engine. So you can also consider having trustworthy mechanics that you have whitelisted, not necessarily roadside rescue. But I think on the mentorship, I can see what I can do about that, and we can discuss further.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. Thank you so much, Kevin. Right. Next on stage, I want to call Samuel Onchiri from Nyamira County, who is going to talk about Smart Life Poultry Farm. So a clap for Mr. Samuel Onchiri.
Distinguished judges, guests, and my fellow innovators, good afternoon. Yes, my name is Samuel Onchiri. Mike. I'm not audible? No. Okay. My name is Onchiri Samueli. I'm the founder of. My name is Onchiri Samueli. I'm the founder of Smart Life Poultry Farm, and I'm going to start with a story that inspired me to start Smart Life. Before that, okay. I started Smart Life Poultry Farm in January 2021 as just a sole proprietor, and I was just focused on rearing hens and raising my own farm. It happened that 1 year later, I got an opportunity to go for a student exchange program. And on that process, I had to clear my farm, sell all the hens, and just leave for the program. So in that process, I sold all my hens, and the remaining chicks which I had in the farm, they were around 50 chicks. I used to have a lady called Mary. Now, Mary, she used to work with me. I gave her 30 chicks. She told me, don't pay me this month, just give me some part of the chicks and a few feeds stocks which I had. So for me, that time, I just gave it. I didn't have a lot of, I just know I'm just giving out. Now, when I came back is when I realized that what I did was just an impact. Mary was just a struggling mom who was struggling to put food on the table. But from the time I came back, I realized that everything had changed. She had built from those chicks to a very big farm, and she was able now to put food on the table and even pay the school fees from a struggling mom. That thing, when I came back, she came home, she told me, Samuel, you have come back. She appreciated. So that is what motivated me to buy a 120 capacity in incubator, which I started now hatching my own chicks, because from the first time I was buying chicks from a local hatchery. Then from there, I started hatching. After hatching, my friends also visited me, and they asked me about it. I gave them some chicks, who also later came back and appreciated, because I just gave those chicks as a token. Now, Smart Life focuses on solving the challenges of poverty, unemployment, malnutrition. As you can see, because most of the farmers, most of the people from where I come from, they over rely on substance farming. So because of that relying over reliance on substance farming, they find themselves, because the land now is not big, they cannot do, they have over relied on crop farming. The land is small. They need something which can help them with a small land to be sustainable. So Smart Life believes that it can solve problems um, of poverty, unemployment, and also malnutrition. So what are we doing? How is Smart Life unique? We have flexible payments which help farmers to acquire feeds, chicks, and portable coops in an affordable way, whereby they only pay a very small upfront amount. Then we supply them with the chicks. Then from there, they can be able to pay the remaining amount in installments. So we also supply point of layers, and we supply 1 week old vaccinated chicks to ensure that they have they can be able to sustain diseases. We also offer veterinary support for our farmers who pick chicks from us, and veterinary support on call to ensure that the health of the chicks are being monitored. Um, we are the first movers in the Kenyan poultry market to offer such a service, because other competitors like Kenchick, we have other competitors like Kenbreed, Kenchick, they only require larger upfront and capital for them to receive the chicks. But with the Smart Life, you can just pay upfront amount. We supply you with the chicks, feeds, and portable coops. So partnering with the trained KOP youths, they are able to make coops for us, portable coops for us, which remains the property of Smart Life, and then the farmer pays the other amount. So before we supply the chicks, we give basic skills and knowledge on poultry hygiene, on detecting the diseases, so that they can be able to call our veterinary officers who can help them to see where the problem is. So we also have tailored campaigns to ensure that these low-income farmers who are willing, but they are not able to start because such farmers requires big upfront. We have tailored campaign packages like 20 campaign, 30 campaign, 15 campaign, whereby if you pay, for example, a deposit of 1,000, you can be able to receive a package of 20 chicks, and from there you can be able to pay in installments. So we align ourselves with the bottom-up economic transformation agenda and the SDG model, whereby we aim to empower 5,000 households and reach 10,000 youths and 10,000 women within per annum. So, so this is the SDGs: no poverty, zero hunger, decent work, and economic growth. And revenue streams, we aim at selling chicks, egg, and poultry meats, training services to aspiring poultry farmers, or those for the basic skills. We will, for the basic skills on poultry hygiene and detecting diseases is free. So we plan to grow this on planned growth from targeted places to nationwide. From there, we will start from the targeted, that is the Nyamira and Kisii County. Then on large scale, we target now nationwide. Yes, alignment of the accelerator program, we are focused on commercial scalability through chick production, training, mentorship, job creation, sustainable practices for climate action. And that is a family which is able to collect eggs from their backyard and happy, sustainable to put food on the table. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so to the judges.
Thank you so much, Sam. I have seen you have a semi-digitized website, right? That is yours, right? I've seen your picture on it. Smart Life Poetry.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Just a quick sharing of thoughts. You have very good pictures from some of the work you have done. Should use some of those more rather than the AI generated, because it shows the existence of what you're doing on the ground, right? So I just wanted to share that, because they are very good pictures that exist in this semi website that you have. That said, I've also seen that one of the concepts you have that you're working with the farmers that you work with is pay as you go, or the way you have written it is pay mdogo mdogo.
Yes, pay in bits.
Yes.
After first deposit, then you pay in bits.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is, so could you explain to us further, give us more details how that works?
Okay. for example, the cost of producing one egg is, to get one fertilized egg is around 30 bob, one fertilized egg, quality one. So with vaccination, brooding, like electricity, you find like we have incurred a cost of around 50 bob. So including feeds, if we keep the chick for like 1 week. So when we give out that chick, the total cost is around 50 bob. So in a deposit, for example, if we are giving you a package of 20 chicks, you can opt to add, we supply with partnered with feed providers, we give you feeds or accompanied with portable coops, depending on, or we accompany you with chaos trained like carpenters to help you build your own coop. So on the part of the chicks, you just paid initial deposit of 50% of, for we are selling one chick at 100 bob. So 20 times 100, that is 2,000. But now, because of the low income household, we are just only requiring you to pay 50% deposit.
Okay.
That is 1,000.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
It's a good concept, and I'm saying that because your target clients might be, like you said, low-income households.
Yeah,
so
young
they
men and
give
women.
them ability for them to be able to pay. So that's a good concept. So so in terms of the whole business, your business,
Oh, the whole model.
yeah, in terms. So let me ask that.
I understand. Pay bills like
No,
now.
no, no, no.
Oh.
I have not asked the question. Let me ask the question. I have understood about the pay-as-you-go model. That is understood completely. In terms of the business model, you provide the chicks. Do you provide the feeds?
Yes, that is what I've indicated, that we provide quality egg-laying chicks and feeds and
The chicken and the chick.
and the coops.
Okay.
The chicken coops like
The manure.
no coops like
The feeding places.
the small house.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. That was escaping my mind. So at any given point, and I'm asking this because I have interacted with such a business.
Yes.
Unfortunately, they had to close as much as we had put money in the business. Do you have any clients that you give out the chicks or give out the product before they are 100% paid up to you?
Like
That do you give out in credit at some point, as much as they are paying 50% deposit?
you know, the business works in two dimensions.
Yeah.
If the client has got ability to settle the amount, we are okay with that.
Yeah.
If convey in bits, we are okay with that. But the client has to pay, the willing farmers to pay the deposit first.
Okay.
Then we also have two dimensions. We can supply for you, or you just pick it from our farm.
Okay.
Yes.
In credit, on credit, I mean. Do you, or some you give in credit, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. What payment period do you give them?
We only have flexible, like you are supposed to pay on weekly basis or on monthly basis based on the financial capability, because before you have to register with us, we have the customer ID, like
Yes,
we
yes,
take your
yes.
details,
You do the.
you explain your financial capability.
Yes.
Then we tailor for you
Yes.
flexible model of which.
Okay. Okay. And I just want to understand how you're doing it differently, where I saw the gaps and I have seen the gap in the market. So what happens if you're given in credit and some chicks dies before they become mature chickens?
Yes.
What happens and they have not paid?
So we have got three options.
Yes.
Three solutions, I mean. We have what we call number one, if all chicks die, and I told you we have on-call veterinary services. So, and also the farm has been trained in such a way they are able to detect where there is a problem. So if the chicks were vaccinated in time, And we took the records of that, and we know that it has come from another cause. We have something we call replacement batching code, replacement batch code, whereby it's a discounted replacement batching code.
Yeah.
So if you are our client and you lost the chicks, we have a discounted now option.
Okay.
That is number one. Number two, if the farmer chicks have died and they didn't follow the laid out, or they didn't call us or something of such kind, we don't want, we aim in empowering and lifting. So we don't want somebody to die, to be discouraged from the option. So we also have other compensation plans, and also partnered with the insurance company for agricultural services, specifically for like Newcastle diseases.
Okay. Okay.
Diseases.
Okay.
Yes.
I understand.
Yes.
I just put a bit of thoughts around you're compensating them, but remember they had your debt. So how do you balance between compensation? Because I said if they have not paid the whole amount, how do you go about if the chicks die? It's not, you don't have to answer right now, because I understand it's a delicate business, but just to be thinking, or rather as you fine tune your business model, to think how do you bridge the gap, because the business that we supported, that was the most problematic area, where they are giving out chicks in credit. Yes, they have gotten 50%, but the farmers claim they lost almost 60 to 70%, or a good margin. And then you end up being in debt as much as you need to compensate them. So that is a delicate balance as you scale. And you will find you're going to experience that more and more as you continue to expand. How much more? How much money did you make last year?
It is okay. Let me answer that question. From last year, around 180,000.
Sorry?
180,000.
Okay. And how much of that was the cost of running the business?
The cost of running the business was around 108.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you so much, Samuel. Right. So I want to welcome the next innovator who will talk to us and pitch his startup around digital transformation all the way from Kericho County. So ladies and gentlemen, please, let's clap and welcome Brian Kibet.
So the sense we dispense as being multi-sense, we'll just have to smell them, the essential paste. Hello, hi. Some few years ago, I was helping my mom plucking tea in the shamba. Then all of a sudden, tired, I went to my room and rested. My girlfriend made me a surprise visit. I really never know what really happened. So she just came in and she just hugged me and left. I did wonder why. From that end, we never connected together again. The reason is, me from the shamba, my legs were so much smelly. And I couldn't afford to buy an air freshener. Until today, we have never contacted with her again. So, in that I wasn't able to buy an air freshener, the idea of Bimulsen now came in. What is Bimulsen? Bimulsen is a smart aromatherapy assistant. What is aromatherapy? Aromatherapy is the use of essential oils for healing. So Bimulsen, it is a smart aromatherapy assistant. Bimulsen is a smart aromatherapy that gives you a personalized scent experience. It can hold up to 10 different scents. And with those 10 different scents, it does happen to have a smart blend system whereby it can blend you those 10 scents to up to 65 different scents. Something else is, with BMAS, and it does happen to have Zora. Zora is a smart AI whereby it can actually, you can talk to it. Let's say like you can just communicate your feeling to him. Hello, Zora, today I'm feeling low. And it is going to recommend you lavender, which is actually which it will come and give you that relaxational moment. So the problem we are trying to solve at BMAS is hotels, they do suffer so much about they don't have the personalized scent experience for the guest. Let's say like if you are traveling from Dubai or Qatar, you're coming to Kenya, you can't personalize your space depending on scent settings. Something else, hotels and restaurants, they do struggle with non-personalized, one-size, all scent experience, whereby if even right now, if you go to, let's say like various hotels, I once went to Sarva Pan-Africa Hotel, they do happen to have that single base scent, that air freshener. So it's just one single scent. So if that scent depleted, you are supposed to remove. That is the olfactory way. You have to remove it. You now go and buy another one. Then you come and replace it again. So with BMAS scent, it gives you 10 different scents. Something else, traditional diffusers, they do lack personalized control and variety. You can't personalize your own personal scent depending on tastes and preferences. Something else is, with the solution you are trying to give as BMAS scent is, we are giving you personalized scent profiles, whereby you can, your taste and mine is different, her taste and his is different. So in a hotel setting, you can have your own personal scent depending on taste and preferences. Something else is, we do give you dynamic switching between scents based on time and mood of the environment. Umeenda kazi, umerudi, you are so tired. So you can just talk to Zora. Hello, Zora, today I'm feeling so much tired. I've been having a very, very long way, at least in job today. So Zora just gives you that relaxational moment. If your child happens to have sinus congestion, peppermint and eucalyptus can help you at least clear that sinus congestion just by talking to Zora. Hello, Zora, my child is having like a sinus congestion. Something else is, it has enhanced free operations for seamless scent transition, whereby you can either flip your phone, or let's say like we do happen to have a smart app whereby you can toggle scents depending on your own mood and preferences. Something else is our product feature. It does happen to have an AI scent recommendation suggestion whereby you can talk to it and let's say like address your feeling to it. Let's say like if you're feeling low, you're feeling high, you're feeling nauseous, all those medicinal based scents, they can help you at least to give you that nausea relaxational. Children with autism, we do happen to have frankincense, which it can help them at least to, let's say like help them to focus in class just by talking to Zora, our AI assistant. Something else is multi-scent. The multi-scent and the smart blend system. Something else is a scent authenticator. You can't buy a different scent from a different brand apart from being multi-scents. With the scent authenticator, we are trying to reduce poisoning. Let's say like if you come and buy from BMS, from B multi-scents now, the scent from let's say like the combination of the scent in that scent country, in the scent country like this you're seeing here, is a company secret. So you can't get this from somewhere else. Something else is smart refill. When the scent has depleted, it is going to trigger a notification, either if you happen to have a premium end or a basic end. This one is a basic end, this one is a premium, so I'm gonna just wrap them later. So with the smart refill system, when the scent has depleted, it is actually going to give you a notification to your phone. That's scent 7 or 6 or 5 has depleted, contact BMS for a refill. That is for the basic part. The premium end, we are going to have a dashboard in our website where we will be going to monitor all those scents across all the hotels in the plan in Kenya. Sorry, our target market, we are targeting hotels, high-end spas and saunas, Airbnbs, and smart cabins. Smart cabins for the planes, those private jets. Something else is how unique is Beam Multiscent? How unique Beam Multiscent is actually AI-driven. It has multi-scent, and you can blend multiple scents depending on your own taste and preferences. Something else is remote control and automation. Something else is hospitality, forecast, because this one is for residential setting, mostly for your home, sorry. This is our basic version, as you can see here. Then this one you're seeing here is our premium end, still under production, sorry. This one you're seeing here. This one you can talk to it actually right now. Something else is eco-friendly. The scents we are using they are essential based, like lavender, jasmine, cinnamon. All those, they are plant based, and they do help you at least to actually like create healing in your body, something like that. Something else is it does enhance guest preferences. Imagine you're traveling from Dubai, coming to Kenya, either Kempinski, Sarva Pan-Africa Hotel, whichever high-end hotel. While you're in Dubai, you can book a room, you can pay for it, and you can customize your scent while in Dubai. On your arrival to Kempinski, just open the door, the room is scented. When I was coming here, I was given this card. Just give me a second. I was given this card you're seeing here. This card gives you an access to the lighting and the door. So this card now is BMS now. Once you have actually, let's say, arrived to that hotel now, it's going to save you a time in and time out. On your arrival, just opening the door, the scent now start being dispensed, so that at least it can, if you're supposed to leave that hotel at 8:50 p.m. Gioni, the system will actually go off immediately at 8:50 p.m. in the Gioni, so that at least it may prepare for the next customer. It gives itself an offline of almost like 2 hours. As I now finish, we do happen to have our market size. Our market size, the global aromatherapy in let's say like globally, it's estimated to be 4.3 billion. That is by 2027. But in Africa, it's almost like 500 million plus. That is our future prediction. What makes us apart, let's say like our market opportunity, let's say like as being constant, it is AI powered. You can talk to it. You can actually, let's say like, you can, how can I say? You can talk your feelings to it. Hello, I'm tired today. I'm having sinus congestion. All those feelings you've been like, let's say like you've traveled, imagine just opening your car, having a very long day since morning, Adigion, then just opening the door of your vehicle, just entering in lavender. How about that? Thank you. So something, our ask mostly is 300,000 USD, that is which is going to help us to scale production, expand market research, and enhance technology, the certain brand presence. That is our team as BMS, that is our contract, then that is us now. This one you're seeing here is a just complete. These ones are the sense. When this sense now has depleted, you now come for a refill from B Multisense. This is how we now do our refills as B Multisense. Hii kisha unakuja refill. So where our business is actually selling this sense, not even actually here. We do make these, yes, but where our business is here. Because hotels currently in Kenya, it's actually almost like 17.5 million global. That is the hot, because where our market mostly is right now is in the hospitality sector, hotels and restaurants. This one you are seeing here is actually smart. That's why you are seeing this one you are seeing here. It doesn't happen to have these grills you are seeing here. This one is smart. It has a smart refill system. And again, this reader you are seeing here, this one I'm holding here, is actually supposed to be installed in each customer care at the reception. This one is going to save your time in, your time, just scan like this. Once you get time by there, you can just come and meet me so that at least I may show this thing how it works now to you, at least so that you may see. So you just scan here, just come and scan here. Now start dispensing now. I'm done.
Thank you. I'm sorry for your sad story, but let's hear from the judges.
Yeah, feel free.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kibet, yes?
Thank you.
A very interesting presentation.
Thank you.
So I love diffusers and I love essential oils. So, but what I'm a little bit confused about your presentation is I'm not clear on what you're selling. What is your innovation? Is it the diffuser, these two particular ones? You say when I enter my car, I can get what I'm not clear on number one, what exactly you're selling. And then number two, maybe once you answer that, actually, I'll see. Then number two, actually the global, I also happen to know a bit about this industry. It's very, very competitive and it's very saturated. And I mean, like the West has taken it into all personalization of scents. And yes, there are many hotels that have actually signature scents, by the way. Many of them do. So, and even locally, there are many perfumeries, many local people who make sense. So I'm not clear on what you're selling, and number two, what your unique proposition is. And then I'm
from Europe, I've been here in Kenya. I'm really feeling so tired. Then it will now recommend your scent. That will now boost your mood.
Okay. How have you integrated with Zora?
With Zora.
Yeah.
Zora is now being still under training. We are still training it now right now. So currently, this product is going to be deployed in 2 months from now. We are still training it because AI is just something you just feed in data. Once you feed in data, but the data we are now feeding is actually on scent-based, on a scent setting. It is mostly tailored for the scent-based. Because, like, for example, lavender gives you that calming effect. Peppermint can actually help you clear sinus congestion. So once you talk to Zora, hello, I'm having sinus congestion, it knows that sinus congestion is actually related to what? Peppermint or eucalyptus.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sam, you had something to ask.
Yeah, so my nice presentation. My question is, so number one, the scent, do you make the scent or you're selling the scent from a third party?
No. The sense we buy the sense. Then we have our sense authentication, whereby if you, let's say, like, even come and feel how the scent, how the concentration of the scent inside here, and the ones you, let's say, like, you can buy from outside, it's actually very different. So the scent, we know buy them from National Phytotherapeutics, and they manufacture the scents from there.
Okay, so
Yes.
in short, the scents you have positioned there, you buy
Yes.
them from
Exactly.
a third party.
Exactly, a third party. Nice.
Okay, so and your business model is largely pegged on
Selling
reselling
the
those
scents now.
scents.
Yeah,
So essentially selling
the
the
scents and
scents
doing
of the
those
third party.
refills and subscriptions.
Yes.
Yeah,
So you must have a relationship with this third party.
exactly.
Okay.
We actually even have two because we can't rely for one, because currently we have a waiting list of almost like 40 customers, including one hotel, North Coast Hotel. We are supposed to go do piloting by next month for
Okay.
the first 5 units.
And then when it comes to the diffuser,
Yes.
do you make the diffuser?
Sorry?
Do you manufacture the diffuser?
We do manufacture them, right? Like this one you're seeing here.
And where are you doing that?
We're actually doing that in our office currently. We are still a startup, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are still a startup. But for now, we did look forward in that we can start with our basic version, because product development is very expensive. So we were looking forward to start with this basic version, which is going to be very cheap. It sells but for 15,000. So that once the profit we now accrue from here, we now channel the profits to, let's say, like, pay some stipends, and to now channel the profits now to do product development for this. We now invest back to this.
So in all that setting,
Yes.
if you were to say what is your intellectual property,
Yeah.
basically what belongs to you as the startup,
The startup.
what
yes.
is it? Because from my understanding, it's not the scent.
Uh-huh.
I want to understand whether it's the gadget itself,
Okay.
whether it's the Zora AI.
Thank
What
you.
is it?
Actually, right now, this device you are seeing it's actually patented. And what I patented is the multi-centered, the AI, and the multi-blend. Those three. Because currently, according to my own research, there's no device that dispenses like this.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think my last was a comment. Maybe one segment that you can easily look into
Yes.
is the car segment.
Car segment, nice.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
because in that case, people buy a lot of those scents.
Exactly.
Cars, by their nature, they carry a lot of different
Yes.
things, produces.
Yes.
So you'd have a consideration of whether, I don't know how big your gadget is.
It's actually small. Actually, this one is supposed to be wall mounted, not supposed to be put in the table.
Or if it's all
Yeah,
mounted, then
yeah.
for a
This one is
car,
actually a smaller version, as you can see. Very small.
okay.
This one is
Maybe
now for your house.
For a car, you would need maybe something small.
Something smaller. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. If you can get time later, you can just come and feel how it now dispenses now the scents. All those scents you are seeing there are the scents which are now incorporated inside here.
Do you have a website?
Yeah. Our website is here. There it is.
Okay.
www.bmouthscents.com.
All right. Thank you so much. All right.
Can you come and help me, please?
So I think Brian needs some help with clearing this.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Asante sana, Brian.
This way.
So I want to call the next innovator on stage, all the way from Laikipia County. Timothy Wanjohi will talk about food security. And I want us to do the drill again. Let's clap as we welcome Timothy Wanjohi.
afternoon. My good name is Timothy Wanjohi. I'm here to talk about Market Farm Limited. So I would love us to have a look at this picture. So this is a situation in Kenya, and this is a farmer who is trying to salvage what he has grown, and unfortunately, these are the leftovers. This is the loss. This is lost opportunity. This is lost money. And as Market Farm, we established that there is a very big problem in Kenya, and such a farmer loses 30% to 40% of the produce that they get to grow as a farmer. And this is translated to this is being translated to 5.2 million tons of fresh produce. Basically, 80% of the small-scale farmers, they're the ones providing Kenya with food. And we see from the previous picture, we see that majority of the food, that is 30% to 40% of the produce, it's been lost. And for this farmer, we are translating it to 5.2 million tons in a year. So basically, that's the biggest challenge that these farmers are facing. But we are here as Market Farm. We are helping them solve this problem. The problem, we're giving them a solution of a cold storage. So we're giving farmers cold storage to help them store their produce. We are giving them a digital booking platform to help them reserve their storage, reserve their produce. And with this, it means that the 5.2 million tons of fresh produce that they get lost, it's no longer an issue to them. So what we are giving the farmers is, we're giving them an affordable storage. We're giving them the chance to not to lose this food. That is for the 5.2 million tons. And also at the end of the day, they get to increase their income. So the market opportunity for what we are doing at Market Farm Limited is, we are looking at 100.2 billion in value of what we can get by having cold storage to prevent the post-harvest losses that these farmers are experiencing. And we are looking at 1.5 million farmers in Kenya who normally get to experience the loss. So basically, that's the market opportunity that we do have. And we are looking at our business model. We're looking at doing direct sales to the farmers, and also doing partnerships with the e-commerce platforms such as Twiga and other e-commerce providers that do rely on aggregation services so that they can deliver to the urban areas. And the other one is bulk orders from large enterprises such as Tropical Heat Group. So basically, we are charging the farmers a flat rate of 200 shillings per sack. That is for potatoes. We're dealing with different fresh produce. We're dealing with potatoes. We're dealing with cabbages. We're dealing with also peas. Those are the main three products that we're dealing with. And for that, we're doing a flat rate of 200 shillings per sack. So basically, that's how our business model is. And our competitors are providers such as Solar Freeze, Soko Fresh, and now we are there as the competitors. And for these competitors such as Soko Fresh and Solar Freeze, we see ourselves as Market Farm to be tech-enabled as compared to Soko Fresh and Solar Freeze, who we feel they are limited. They are limited in terms of the high cost that the farmers get to incur in terms of now storing their products with them. So for us, we are tech-enabled, and we are offering a market linkage, which is quite faster as compared to the two competitors. So those are the competitors, and looking at our go-to-market strategy, we are looking at doing partnerships. We are looking at participating in outreach programs, and also looking at using the digital marketing skills that we do have with the team in place to help us reach to the smallholder farmers. So that is our, So that is our go-to-market strategy. Our traction so far, I would say that we've engaged 500 farmers on pilot basis, and an additional 500 farmers when we launched the product. So basically, we have 1,000 farmers who are active, and we've done so far 7.5 in revenue, 7.5 million in revenue. And from these farmers that we've engaged, there are 1,000 farmers. I feel that 95% have given us a good customer feedback, given that they feel that the products that we are offering to them, it's giving them the idea of not achieving the post-harvest losses. So basically, that's the traction so far that we've had. And looking at our financial projection is that we are looking at hitting 9.2 million in revenues next year. And by 2027, we're looking at 15.2 million in revenues. This is a projection based on what we've done so far. Looking at last year, we were able to, and that's in the next, looking at last year, we were able to do a cumulative of 7.6. That's the projection for this year as the revenue that we feel that we could achieve given that we started our operations last year, beginning January, and by mid-June, July, we were able to do our first million in revenues. So yeah, those were the financial projections that we feel as achievable moving till 2027. So looking at the risk analysis that we do have, we anticipate that supply chain disruptions and also competitions from market players such as Solar Freeze and Solar and Soko Fresh. Those are the main things that we feel that as a business, those are the risks that we anticipate. But we will deal with these challenges by working closely with our farmers so that we, at the end of the day, we are able to improve our service and products to the customers. So milestones, I had talked about the milestones. So we were able to launch last year on January, but at mid-July, we were able to hit our first million in revenue. And the plan for this quarter is to expand our cold storage. We aim to expand to different markets. We are currently in 3 markets. We are currently in Nyandarua, we are currently in Laikipia, and Kiambu County. So we plan to expand our cold storage facilities to around at least 1 cold storage facilities per county. So those are the milestones we have so far. And looking at what we're asking for, we're asking for $50,000, and this will be used in marketing and hiring key staffs and also developing our product. And this will be distributed as per above. We feel that we still have more work to do in terms of product development, and that's why we allocated a good number of money in product development as well as marketing the products to potential customers and investors as well. So this is the team that is leading the whole operations, being led by me. We have Lea Wanjiro, and we have Linton Adonga, and cumulatively we have a team of around with close to 30 years of experience. And I feel with Market Farm and with this team in place, we are good to go. So thank you for considering Market Farm, and yeah, thank you.
Right, let's hear from the judges.
Thank you. Thank you for that presentation, Wanjohi. I have 2 quick questions. One is looking at the your competitive landscape. What you've mentioned is based on cost, right? And I was just wondering what those competitors charge vis-a-vis what you charge. Then you've said your competitive advantage is use of tech. I was also wondering if you can unpack that and just paint a picture of what your UVP, unique value proposition, is in terms of, is it hard to copy by your competitors?
Thank you. I think the hardest part of us to copy is the tech part of it. We use IoT, monitoring the cold storage. So we've partnered with an IoT provider to help us just monitor the cold storage area. So with the IoT integration into the cold storage, I think that makes it difficult for the competitors to copy. And in terms of costs, I think our cost is quite low. The competitors are charging 250 shillings per sack, but we're charging 200 shillings per sack.
Sorry. A follow-up question.
Yeah.
Like you've said, you've partnered with an IoT organization, right?
Yeah, provided.
So provider, what prevents them to actually now support other cool as a service sort of business?
We are in the process of patenting the whole idea so that they don't copy it to the other competitors. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Timothy, for your presentation. You said you're in 2 markets, Nyandarua and Laikipia, right?
3 markets, Nyandarua, Kiambu, and Laikipia.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you operate? Do you set up in different markets in those regions?
Yes, we do have a cold storage facility, a 50-ton cold storage facility in each of the 3.
Okay. Yeah, because that was my next question.
Yeah.
So you have a cooling,
Facility.
cooling facility in those markets, right?
Yes.
Different markets. Is
Yeah,
it one market or different markets?
There are 3 markets.
3 markets.
Yep.
3 markets in those regions. For example,
Oh, okay. One cold facility serves the whole county.
the whole county.
Yep.
For example, in Kiambu, where is your facility?
It's in Wangige, Nyaduna.
Sorry?
In Wangige, Nyaduna.
In Wangige.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know you mentioned this, but I didn't manage to finish writing.
Yep.
What produce do you see most of your customers selling in their storage?
I think we first started with potatoes in Nyandarua. That was our first branch, our first facility that we set up. Then went to Laikipia, did tomatoes. Then went to Kiambu, where we're doing the leafy green vegetables in Nyaduna.
Oh, so you're doing more vegetables,
Yeah.
tomatoes,
Yeah.
and potatoes.
Yep.
And in these markets, is there which other markets, any of your competitors, are they in these markets?
Yes.
And what regions are your competitors in?
So my competitors are in Moranga. They deal mostly with avocado.
Yeah.
But for us, we are doing purely fresh fruits and vegetables. That is the potatoes, tomatoes, the high value crops. But for them, they are more into avocados.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And in terms of what the revenue did you generate last year? Sorry, you mentioned that, I guess.
Yes. So we did our first. We did make our first million mid-July after launching on January.
Yeah.
But at the end of the year, we remembered how our business is operates. It's seasonal. So we by mid-July, we were able to make our first million. Cumulatively for the whole year, we were able to make 4.5 million in revenue. And that's why we are projecting that we could do 7.6 million this year.
All right.
Yeah.
And in terms, and I know because last year you did a lot of setup, and that's capital intensive. If I was to go with the projection for next year, which is the 7.5, are you going into new markets? And what will be the biggest cost for that? If you generate 7.5, what is your biggest expense?
So our biggest cost is looking at the graph.
Sorry, let's just wait it. Okay, can proceed.
Okay, our operational cost are always high. The last year we were able to incur close to 1 million in terms of operational cost due to the storage costs, electricity, and the salary to the staff. So we do an upward of 1 million in terms of operational cost. And for this year, we've also given that as the cost that we translated it from last year to this year. So we are doing a cost of 1.2 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you anticipate 1.2 as your operational cost for this year.
Yeah.
Are you setting up new code looms?
that's the plan. We plan to expand the cold storage facilities as well. So
Yeah.
that's the plan.
Okay. How much is the cost of setting up one cold room like
So-
the one you have in Kiambu?
So the one we have in Kiambu was quite expensive. It seems it deals with highly perishable product. It costs us around 800 shillings, 800,000 shillings. But the ones in Nyandarua, it was quite cheap. We were able to procure it at 500,000 shillings.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Thank you so much.
yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Mine is I'm just curious to know what informs where you set up. And as a follow-up question to that is, what made the setup in Nyandarua cheaper than, was there any other thing other than the tonnage it could store?
The reason as to why the setup in Nyandarua was quite cheap as compared to Nairobi, it's because the one in Nyandarua, we were able to partner with TechWiz through a program from one of the accelerators. So they help us set up as the pilot cold storage facilities. So that was quite cheaper for us. But for Kiambu, we were able to go in as individual, and that was quite expensive for us.
And yeah, so I also wanted to know what informs where you set up. Is there a possibility that I can fund a cold storage in my village and you manage it?
Yes. Well, what informs where we set up our facility, it's the nearness to the farmers. That's one thing that informs us. The closeness to remember we are part of the aggregators. So we want to aggregate produce that in an area that farmers say potatoes. We have an area that has maybe quite a good number of potato farmers. So we want to situate the cold storage facilities near them. So the nearness to the farmer is one of the key reasons and key parameters that we do check when setting up the cold facilities. Yeah.
All right, I think that's.
All right. Thank you so much, Chief. Just hand it over as you exit. Right. I want to call this lady from Machakos County, Miss Olivia Awar, who will talk to us and pitch her innovation around climate action and green energy. So, Olivia, welcome on stage. Tell us about Econasi. Let's clap for Olivia tafadhali.
Everyone, my name is Olivia War, and I'm the founder and CEO of Econasi Limited. And believe it or not, we take pineapple pulp waste and convert it into leather. My background is in leather science and international business management. So you might be wondering, what's the background behind this crazy idea? About 4 years ago, I lost my uncle. He had worked in Kenya's leather industry for about 30 years, and he died as a result of lung cancer due to the long exposure of toxic chemicals used in the leather tanning process. But beyond his demise, I glimpsed the broader tragedy. Leather is one of the oldest existing materials, and we all love it. It's functional, it's durable. But think of how leather is produced today, the time and resources that go into it. This industry contributes to 18% of global greenhouse gases. 70% of untreated hide is usually wasted during tanning. And because leather is linked to livestock, price and quality are subject to climate change. Now let's bring this problem closer home. In 2017, 5 factory workers die as a result of breathing in toxic chemicals, and NEMA shuts down 5 factories as a result of environmental pollution. But behind all these problems lies a great opportunity, specifically with the vegan leather market. This market will explode to 106 million in just 6 years. In fact, according to EU, 9 out of 10 of all leather goods sold by 2030 will be animal-free. We have an amazing solution that comes from nature. We have developed a novel technology that uses bacteria, enzymes, and cellulose found in pineapple pulp waste, and we convert this waste into high-quality vegan leather. We are not replacing. To make our product, we are tapping into the over 80 million tons of pineapple pulp waste produced annually. 65% of this fruit is wasted during processing, meaning there is enough waste to meet demand 100 times over. We are not replacing leather. We have something even better than leather. Our material is durable. It holds up to industrial stitching. It can be customized into different colors, patterns, textures, and feels. It can be engineered into different densities and thickness, and it is limitless in scale. Now, this is not achievable with hide leather because you cannot grow a cow to achieve a hide of any size and shape, but with our technology, this is possible. Like any other entrepreneurial journey, ours has not been with its own form of challenges. We have been able to at least do 4 iterations of our product, and last year we launched our first MVP Nasitex, which we are currently testing out with about 10 fashion brands in Kenya. This is our product pipeline. These are some of the products that we have been able to prototype and sample, which includes watches, bags, wallets, and passport holders. Compared to traditional leather, our material reduces water use by 97%, carbon emissions by 95%, and completely eliminates toxic waste. And this is as evidenced through an internal life cycle assessment test that we did. Now, the good thing about our material is at its end life, it can be recycled up to 4 times through special enzymatic processes. And at its end life, it can naturally degrade into the environment without leaving behind harmful microplastics. In sub-Saharan Africa, we don't have any direct competitors, but across the world, we do. But one thing that stands out with Econasi leather is we use pineapple crop waste, and we, in terms of technical properties, our material has better technical properties, and in terms of price, we are way affordable than our competitors. In terms of the market, we are specifically targeting apparel and accessories brands because vegan leather penetration in these areas is at about 40%. And our aim is to have at least a 10% market share. And we can compete with exotic leather. We sell at a price point of $30 per square meter, and brands can save up to $54 by buying our product, enabling them to acquire twice as much material at the same cost without affecting their profits. We produce a material at $16, we sell at $30, and we generate a margin of 47%. Our goal is to get to $100,000 in revenue by 2027. In terms of impact so far, we have been able to recycle at least 1,000 tons. We've impacted about 50 women in Machakos County, and we currently have 10 farmers in our supply chain pipeline, enabling them to get extra income. In terms of environmental impact, Econasi has a significantly low environmental impact compared to synthetic leather and hide leather, reducing carbon emissions by about 95%. In terms of traction, we have been able to validate our concept, develop our product. We've generated $10,000 in initial revenue in sample sales, and we are in early talks with some of the big global brands like Kering, Hermes, and Mercedes who are interested in sampling our material. The next step for us, now that we have proven that our concept can work, is to conclude on the piloting phase and aim for commercial production by 2027, while diversifying into other industries like footwear and automotive beyond 2028. We have a strong supporting network of partners, including KCIC, Be Visioneers by Mercedes-Benz, and UVU Africa, which is the largest biotechnology lab in Africa. We have been fortunate to receive quite a number of awards, including the UN Africa SDG Award, the Shark Tank Challenge by Harrisburg University in the US. We were recognized as the Young Global Changers by Young Global Solutions in Germany, and this year we will be exhibiting at one of the largest sustainability events in Paris. Building this solution, we are a credible team with a combined 65 years experience among us, from leather technology, material science, bioengineering, yes. And we are raising about 5 million, which we will channel into R&D, getting global certifications, and moving from the lab stage to a pilot stage. We believe in a world where leather heals the planet rather than damaging it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Olivia, for that. I have a couple of questions, but firstly, around your production. So with your what you've been able to do so far, do you have a factory? How are you producing it? Are you continually producing it? And if yes, how much? Within what time? So is it like, I don't know, 10 square meters of leather per every day? What's the current production scenario looking like?
So our current production rate is about 100 square meters per week. And yes, we have a production facility in Githurai 45. And yes, we produce almost daily. But right now, because we are a bit limited in the number of machineries that we use, we produce like our lead time is about 5 days. Like if a company gives us an order, but with the right support, and if we get more machinery, we can produce more.
Okay. And where did you get the machinery from? And is it similar to the cowhide one?
No, it's not similar to leather production technology. We have been able to raise quite a number of grants from international organizations. So that's how we were able to acquire some of the machinery that we need. For some processes, we outsource, especially like the finishing process, because we don't have those machineries like embossing the leather, which is basically putting patterns on it. We outsource, yeah, but we do have our machinery.
Okay, and then my last question is around your customers. Have you experienced any challenges with going to market and with selling this vegan leather to customers?
Yeah, so we've experienced quite a number of challenges because the concept is fairly new in sub-Saharan Africa. So, of course, convincing customers that this leather is maybe the same quality as hide leather, and it performs the same. That has been quite a challenge. But the good thing is that once you sell to one customer, they are able to refer someone, and that's just how we've been going about our sales cycle. Yeah.
Hi, Olivia.
Hi.
What is your distribution route to market? What are your distribution channels?
So right now, our distribution channels, we sell B2B. So we just sell directly to fashion brands who then make the products, then sell to the consumers. So once a brand orders, they're able to pay, then we deliver.
Oh, okay. So right now, retail shops or shops that sells bags, those are the ones orders from you?
Sorry?
So right now, the retail shops, like for example, those who sells bags are the ones that order from you directly, and then and then you make the production.
Yeah,
right?
they make the products first. We just sell the material.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so for you, you just sell the material.
Yeah, we are just a material manufacturer.
Oh, okay.
We don't deal with
Finished products.
Finished products. The finished products have actually been made with the 10 brands that we are working with, and it's just to show that our material can work and it can be used to make different products. But we just supply the material.
All right. And seeing the traction that you have been able to make so far,
Mhm.
and the grants that you have been able to raise so far, I know you don't have everything, but what do you want most from this?
So from
This presidential innovation awards?
yeah, so one thing that we really need is the financing so that we can be able to buy post-manufacturing machinery, which will actually help us to make more material, because we are getting a lot of requests from a lot of brands. And apart from fashion brands, there are also cosmetic manufacturers who deal with cosmetics, who just wants a premium material like this to use as packaging for their premium clients. Others want to give it as gifts to their premium clients. So we need access to finance to be able to buy some of those machinery. And we are also looking for exchange programs. For example, an exchange program between Kenya and India that can enable us to go to those advanced countries and see the kind of technologies that they're using. That would also be helpful for us. Yes.
Thank you for that awesome presentation. Just a quick question on now you're using waste to actually create this leather. Now, in a situation where we don't have waste, or have you mapped the waste to actually see that, of course, there would be scalability to actually address the market that you're talking about? And then the other question is, when you look at now your ability to find that leather in itself has small margin. But when you look at the final product, that's value addition, has a bigger and higher margin. So would you say that probably your end game would actually also to venture into value addition and get the final product, because you tend to have higher margin, especially with the market that is becoming every day aware of pollution and all that, and how to cap that. And the last thing is, how does someone differentiate between the normal leather and your leather, or the fake leather, just by looking at it?
Okay, so your first question on waste. First of all, with our technology, you can use any plant waste. It doesn't have to be pineapple specifically, but the reason why we chose pineapple is because it has a large cellulose content, meaning it enables us to reduce the number of chemicals that we use in our production process. Secondly, we have an MOU with Del Monte, which has presence in over 80 countries. So they produce this waste in bulk, and the waste that Del Monte produce, even if we use 1%, that is more than enough for us. So I don't see a situation where we can ever run out of this waste, but we're doing R&D with other materials just to ensure that our value chain is well secured. Then your second question on whether we can consider going the B2C way, which is making the final products. That is actually something that we have considered, because the B2B has a very long sales cycle. So selling B2C is something that we are considering, and also we are also looking into licensing this technology to other manufacturers, which will also give us quite high margins. Then the last question was?
How do you identify the three form of leather, the original, the fake, or rather the animal, yours, and the fake one from China?
So you see, the fake one from China is basically PU or PVC leather, which is plastic. If you try to burn it, it will just like melt like plastic. But if you try to burn hide leather, it won't burn. Then you also have to look at the grain, which is basically the patterns on the leather itself. Leather has a very specific and unique type of grain. Then the PVC PU leather has more of like an engineered kind of grain. Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much, judges, and thank you for sharing your innovation with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know we are due for lunch, but we will only be eligible for lunch after hearing from Dorcas Bosibori, who will share with us his innovation and product around digital transformation. And I want you to clap as I welcome Dorcas Bosibori on stage. So Dorcas Bosibori, tafadhali, join us and share what you have. Let's clap for her, tafadhali.
Really know their stuff. I'm encouraged.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Bosibori, and today I want to tell you guys a story about the invisible artist. But before that, we have this initiative called Africans and Artistry, where art with social impact. Now, if I was to ask any of you in this room to name several creatives who are persons with disabilities, you may be able to name maybe 1, 2, right? Yeah. Don't worry, that's why we're here today to learn. Now, the challenge that we have globally, but let's bring it back home in Kenya, is we have this group of marginalized African artists, and especially those who are persons with disabilities that are often left out from the tokens that the creative industry has to offer. And this is why we call them the invisible artists. Art Basel in 2023 reported that $12 billion were generated in revenue from digital art sales. Now the question is, how much of that was contributed by African artists, let alone artists who are persons with disabilities? I bet it's a very small percentage. Now these are the artists that we want to represent. The main challenges that this invisible artist face is 1, lack of inclusive, proper platforms that prioritize them, which limits their visibility. 2, with limited visibility, that means they can hardly reach any audience, let alone an audience that will pay, meaning they're not earning an income from their craft. Thirdly, with a deficiency in skill sets from the end of the artist on things like financial literacy, how to run a creative business, it renders them unable to earn stable income from their craft. Now, this is why AfriTales exist. We want to bridge the gap by 1, providing a hybrid platform, which we will do physical exhibitions, as we're already doing, where you physically walk into a room, art is displayed, and you get to consume it firsthand. 2, a digital art platform, where we will be able to host virtual exhibitions, where the artists can get to do Q&As and interact one-on-one with their audiences. And this will open them up to a global platform, which currently the model for physical exhibitions is limited. Thirdly, storytelling. Stories are at the core of our communities in Africa. And we want to use this as a tool for advocacy to sensitize our communities on the importance of inclusivity. So whether we're doing impact films or mini stories that showcase like the day-to-day lives of the artists and the work that goes behind them producing the creative work, and also using stories as a form of data collection, because there is a gap in creatives that exist in Africa, let alone creatives who are persons with disabilities. We believe that a tech-driven solution and also an in-person experience together will create an inclusive and sustainable art ecosystem. The market opportunity is huge, but the reason why we are focusing on digital art sales is because the bulk of our model will be from the digital art sale platform. Now, organizations like MAU Africa in Kenya, HUG, Nairobi Design, and the global giant for arts and crafts, Etsy, do exist. However, aside from them providing a platform arts and crafts to be sold, they do not prioritize the artists as we do by giving them mentorship. Neither do they take the extra step to do advocacy through storytelling. And I believe that that is what sets AfriTales apart. Our model is simple. Aside from loving what we do, we want to be able to be sustainable in the long term, meaning we need to make money. So how will we make money? One, getting a commission from every art sale that goes through our platform, which will be used in maintenance of the platform. Two, corporate and strategic partnerships with organizations that are intentional about giving back to the communities where they exist. We've already done that with our previous exhibition. We partnered with Red Bull. Subscriptions where you can get to sponsor an artist and get premium membership to see where you get invited for events, and also exclusive first screenings of our impact films before the rest of the world gets to see it. The fourth form is exhibition revenue, so in form of ticket sales and art, branded art merchandise. Our goal is to be global within 5 years, but for now, we want to launch our platform and get on board artists. So far, we've hosted 2 exhibitions, Hands of Inclusion last year, which we partnered with Signverse and DP Education, who are organizations in the tech disability space, and they recently concluded we partnered with Red Bull, got to showcase the work of 3 incredibly talented artists from Nairobi, and partnered with Sage Delicacy, which is a restaurant intentional about giving back to our communities by hiring persons with disability. Our team so far is me and my co-founder. However, we have a huge and scaled team that has enabled us to reach this far, but they are on voluntary basis. We want to retain these people, and that's why we're asking you for $5 million. So aside from hiring qualified skill set, we will be able to do platform development, marketing and research, and event execution. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I have a video that is supposed to be.
You have a what?
A video to show you guys the snippet of the event.
So for every event that I host, my goal is for people to learn something about inclusivity, for you to learn about something that is outside your normal world. So today, we're going to play those printed twists. So for every event that I host, my goal is for people to learn something about inclusivity. Those printed twister question games. If you get the answer right, the challenge is to try and spell it using sign language. So I will give you the signs, so don't worry. Like the square, so there'll be signs for you to reference. You don't have to get it perfect. So the goal is for you, by the end of the day, at least you know one letter. At least you're able to say hello. If you've been served, you've noticed that the servers are deaf. So at least next time, you can even say hello, you can say your name. That's one step you can take in trying to be more inclusive, is learning about the challenges that other people face and trying to accommodate them. The first question is, I have cities, but no houses. I have cities, but no houses. I have mountains, but no trees. I have water, but no fish. What am I?
Google Maps.
Yako, but you have to
Maps.
The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I?
Life. Time. Steps.
Okay, so we're already out of time. I just want to show you guys a snippet. The rest of the content will be uploaded on our socials. Thank you.
All right, let's hear from the judges.
Right. Thank you very much, Dorcas, for sharing this. I just wondered about how you make money out of this. I think you had a percentage commission. And I think something like around painting, it might be a bit easier to understand, but I was just thinking about, broadly speaking, from all the other elements, from the storytelling, for example, how do you make money out of this? Yes. Maybe I've made an assumption. Do you make money? Do you make money out of this innovation? And if you do, how?
The goal is to make money. So the digital platform is in idea stage. We are yet to make money. However, the only revenue we've been able to generate so far is the exhibition revenue through ticket sales and selling of event merchandise. However, how the platform will be able to make money is commission-based, where the range will be 20 to 30%. So the reason why you have a range is if a creative is a person with disability, we want to still charge them because we need to make money. However, a low amount to just cushion them, while other creatives get to be charged 30% per an art sale made to strategic partnerships. So far, we did get Red Bull for our event, and they gave out drinks. However, we could also get monetary from other corporates. But other than that, since we are intentional about building an artist who's end-to-end able to be independent and be economically empowered and earn an income from their craft, we might also get expertise from the corporates, which they are industry leaders, so they could provide financial literacy if it's a finance firm, or legal advice on how the artist can patent and protect their work. And thirdly, subscriptions. So the inspiration of this idea is Kenyan Wildlife Service has a similar concept where you, with I think 100,000 Kenya shillings, you can adopt an elephant. Now, what does that money do? It goes back to helping in day-to-day running of those sanctuaries to protect endangered species. Now, it's a similar concept where if you pay for premium membership, and we do have community members who want to give back, because even with exhibitions, you find someone sending you a few coins and saying, you know what, I like the initiative that you were doing, let me give back, even though I'm not in a position to come. So such people are our target, and they get to sponsor an artist. And through that, the privileges they get is premium membership, where they're invited to every event that we host. They get insights on what's happening in the art world, especially if you're an art enthusiast, for sure, that will be a winner for you. Also, they get exclusive screenings of our art, of our impact films, before the rest of the world gets to see it months later. So that's how we aim to make money.
Thank you for the presentation. It has a number of moving parts, and just to highlight, of course, there's inclusive, there's an event, there is art. So I was just curious, what is it that you want to be known for? Especially this is to do with your core business, and someone can say you're an event company.
Yeah.
Another one can say you're an inclusive art company, which would mean so many things other than just event. So kindly highlight that. The other thing is that I don't know if you've heard about Inclusive Africa as an event. I know you've interacted with Signverse, who won the last presidential innovation award, and they do sign language. We have, I think, they're called Zero Bionic. So in terms of really also just plugging in, you might want to find what that is, the Inclusive Africa. I mentioned about Innovate Now. They basically support persons with disability, especially with innovative ideas. During the Inclusive Africa Summit, which is the biggest Africa summit for persons with disability, you might get a lot of strategic partnership, as you're talking about, to really support what you want to do. But just take the first question. Yeah.
Okay. The question was what we want to be known for. Our tagline is where art makes social impact. So we want to be known for a platform that sells African arts and crafts. But at the same time, we give back to our societies. And that's why we are prioritizing marginalized African artists, especially those with disabilities. So that is what we want to be known for. And our core business is around selling art. That could be in the form of an art exhibition where you physically come, view the art, where you invite art collectors and any other attendee of the event could buy the artwork or the virtual exhibition.
All right, let me just, again, you've talked about you want to be known for selling art.
Yeah.
And we basically have quite a number of them, which I've not seen in your competitive analysis. Because when you're clear about something, you know who's competing with you, and you know how to package yourself to have that UVP for scale, unique value proposition. So you know of Kuona Art,
Yes.
you know of Go Down at Center, you know all this art, even online arts.
Yes.
You've talked about Etsy. What differentiates you? Because I actually was fascinated when you say inclusive art, which basically I know, particularly people with autism, they tend to be very artistic. So I was actually thinking, wow, you basically are looking into that direction to uncover the hidden gem from people with autism in terms of art. Yeah.
Now this is what separates us. Go Down does exist, One Trust does exist. In Rwanda we have Talk Through Art, which is an art and disability organization. However, what separates us is one, we are extremely intentional about prioritizing these artists by offering them things like mentorship, so that my goal is for them to be economically empowered and an income from their craft to end that poverty cycle and address digital inequalities, reducing inequalities. Two, with our platform, one of the problems that I stated is a proper inclusive platform that prioritizes the artist. So with our platform, we aim to have screen readability, which if I'm blind, I'm able to consume whatever art and craft is on our website. Audio description for persons who are blind, and also generated captions so that people who are deaf are able to consume such videos. So there is the extra step of intentionality on our website to ensure that these artists who are passing the disability can showcase their work on our platform, but at the same time, any other consumer, even those with disabilities, can also use our platform.
Yeah.
Mine is very short. Actually, it's not a question. I wanted to share some information with you. I don't know whether you know Santuli. It's a hub, a creative hub for creatives. They were running a program last year, and I happened to be a mentor in the program, a global program for entrepreneurs who are doing your kind of business. I am not so sure whether they are running it this year, but I know they were running it last year. And there were five winners who are to get funding out of that program. So maybe I can introduce you to Greg, who runs the program, see whether they are running it this year. They're called Santuri.
Thank you, I would love that. Also, to point out, I am going to be part of the Inclusive Conference organized by Enable in 2025. So yeah, we are trying to be aware of what's happening in the industry and how best we can plug in and play.
Yes, Sam?
Yes, I know saying a word before lunch, it's a tricky thing. Yeah, so I like the concept. I've been following one story around online art by a platform called Candy Art. And I think Candy Art, I don't think it's no longer there, but you'll see, it's no longer there, but you'll see the Instagram and the Facebook pages. And from my analysis on that, with art having that actual experience really matters. Like the way you are blending online and offline, because that one was purely online, and you'd always struggle just to get a sense of how it looks, in the hanging. And as you know, with art, the other part is the part of the story of the person who has done the art. So if you can have that interaction, it really works. So I like the approach. The other idea I had was, because it's something very impactful, you can also engage corporations that are very pro-art. I think Java is one of them. You always see, yes, wall hangings. So for the Awareness and Inclusivity Month, or an angle around inclusivity, I think it would be a low-hanging fruit. And for my company, I would also be happy to be one of the clients.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
At least
Yes.
now I have a paying client, which is what you said yesterday. That's
Yes,
a starting
yes.
point.
Awesome.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank
Right.
you guys.
Yeah, thank you, Sam. So we are now eligible for lunch. We'll proceed to the normal dining area, which is the room just next here. I'm not sure whether that is rain or is someone trying to throw soil around up there, but I'm hoping we can all walk safely to the dining area. So let's converge here at exactly 2:30. So we listen to our last set of pitches for the day. So we will go in the order of Leonard Ndambuki from Nyandarua County, Faith Wandia, Nakuru, Kevin Wanambisi, Kiambu County, and Jacob Maina, Nairobi County. So please, let's see each other right here at exactly 2:30 p.m. Have a good appetite and see you at 2:30.
I